Okay, so welcome guys to another episode of Kickstart with Rohan. And this is the first episode that I have a candidate from electronics background. So please welcome the guest for today's episode, Mr. Tisham Chakraborty. Welcome, Tisham. It's first of all, I would like to thank you that you have shown as an interest in my show, and I'm really glad to have you in this show. And I'm looking forward for a great interactive session. As this particular field, I am pursuing my masters in my degree course.
Thank you, Rohan. Thank you for this amazing intro that you have given me. So let's start the discussion.
Yeah, just giving a bit of introduction of Tisham. Presently, he is working in Infosys as a system engineer. So, just opening up the session with you, Tisham. Just can you give the overview of the job profile, or how does your job profile defines?
My job profile in Infosys is a systems engineer. That of a systems engineer. So as a systems engineer, we first have to complete the five to 6 months of Mysore training as a systems engineer training. And after completion of the training period, we have to join Infosys as a systems engineer. And whenever we join the Infosys as a systems engineer, then we get a project from a client, and we have to work in there. So that is the overall issue. We have to work with different software applications and all regarding that.
Okay. So presently, in the keeping the present situation in mind, you are doing work from home, right?
Yeah, work from home.
So how is that situation you are dealing with it? This work from home, it's a very new things to all of us. So how you are dealing with it particularly?
Yeah, actually, work from home concept is a very new thing. And so I've been working from home since the last 8 or 9 months now.
Okay.
And so it is good. It has some pros and it has some cons as well. Uh, so coming to the pros, I can work in the environment of my room, so that's a pro for me. That's an advantage. And the cons that I don't get to interact that much with the team members, one-to-one interaction, physical interaction. So that becomes a problem. Uh, but overall, it is good for me. Work from home. The pressure is also there, but still, it's fine for me.
Okay. And now, in your that entire BTech curriculum, you have gone so many of the subjects, practicals. Now, how do you did you find any practical application in your particular job profile that you are dealing with now?
See, in the IT sector, I have done my BTech in electronics and communication. So in the ECC, you are taught subjects like C, DBMS, subjects like this, which are completely related to the IT background, IT. So when you get to an IT sector, these subjects are very much important. You need to have an in-depth knowledge, in-depth concepts about all these subjects. And other than this, I also have a knowledge on Python
Okay.
and DBMS that I learned in the Infosys training. So that very much helps in my work in the IT background.
Oh, now, apart from this IT, the electronics, specifically the subjects that you have done, that I mean, electronics means in that electronics, those circuit theories and all those things, microcontrollers. So those applications, are you they are facing, or it's being obsolete for this particular moment?
For this particular moment, it's obsolete. Still, the concepts can be very much important because you try to understand logic via those subjects.
Okay.
Whatever you learn in electronics, so
Okay.
that logic is very important in order to work for you in the IT industry.
Okay.
But all these subjects, like you said, the circuit theory or digital electronics, they are not very important or very relevant to this IT industry.
Okay. Okay.
But other than these subjects are important.
Okay. Now, how do you see the development of career? You can say with respect to you or the other fellows that you are working with you in this particular IT industry.
I believe that if you are doing the work with utmost love and passion and dedication, then the career growth can be in any industry. There can be career growth in any industry. So
Okay.
I'm loving my work. I'm satisfied with my job, and I'm trying to improve every day. I'm trying to learn new things every day. I'm learning new things every day. So I think that's a good job opportunity. That's a good career growth and development can happen in this IT industry if you stay here for a long time and just keep improving it.
Okay. Now, just one question strike to my mind. It is, as I am also pursuing my masters in one of the electronics subject. So it's a general question. You can say it's a question from my side. That in electronics subject, if you are from an electronics background, generally people have a mindset that the concept of electronics related gadgets will be more important rather than a programming part. So how do you see this mindset?
Um, I am from an electronics background, obviously, but the programming languages used to I used to love those programming languages whenever I used to read those C++, the logic
Okay.
behind it.
Okay.
I used to love that. So I always wanted to be in this IT industry, just implement those logics, in the practical implementation of those logics. So I used to like them, and whenever my favorite subject was DBMS in
Okay.
the fourth year. DBMS SQL queries, writing SQL queries and running
Okay.
them. So I love them a lot. I like them a lot. That is why
Okay.
I joined this industry.
Okay. Okay, now shifting a bit towards the academics part. Uh, the final year project is one of the most important part in anyone's this BTech background. So first, can you share what the project you have done so far, just an overview of it, and what will be your suggestions to your upcoming juniors who are going to select a subject for those particular final year project.
In the final year project, my mentors, the teachers, the professors had helped me a lot. So we selected a project on IoT,
Right.
Internet of Things.
Okay.
So we did a project on Arduino,
Okay,
uh,
Arduino.
Arduino. So that thing only, that practical implementation that we have done in the project, in the final year project, it was very important. And for any final year guy, I would like to suggest that please concentrate on the final year project that you are doing, because it is going to help you lots in the future. The experience that you are gathering from there, though it's a small thing that we take final year project, but still it's going to help you in the times to come. And that is all from my side. And whenever you are selecting a project in the final year, just see major students from the EC background or the CSE background. What I have seen is that they have selected a project from IoT background, Internet of Things. They try to select that, or machine learning background. They can also select, but we have selected a hardware project.
Okay.
So we have tried with the IoT. So if you are going to do a software project, then you can go with the other technologies as well. But whatever you do, in whichever technology you will do, try to learn as much as possible on that technology. Try to implement that in practical, because that is going to help you in future. So I just suggest that whatever you do, just do it with complete knowledge.
Yeah,
Gather
yeah,
complete knowledge.
that's very important. Whatever you do, however small that may be, but make it
Yeah,
sure that you are doing the 100% of those. But that particular small
yeah,
thing, yeah, that's very important.
exactly,
Exactly.
exactly.
Okay, now remaining in this academic part, how do you feel that this doing higher educations? Or you can say what are your views on doing higher educations?
My views on doing higher education is that, see, if you want a job with a higher LPA, or
Okay.
with higher opportunities, you need to do higher education,
Okay.
because that is very important. And if you are really passionate with that subject, see, if you are really passionate with that stream, with that department, then you must do higher education in order to gain more knowledge on that subject, in order to gain knowledge on a specific subject. Like in EC, I can tell that there is MTech in VLSI,
Yeah, yeah.
in VLSI. So if you want to gain more expertise, in more knowledge in VLSI background, and you hope to get a job in the core sector, core EC background sector, so you need to do higher studies. You need to get your degrees upgraded. But otherwise, you can also join an IT company after completing your BTech degree. It all depends on you. It all depends on what you want.
Okay. Okay, now coming to that interview portion, you have gone through a screening process and then you have got selected for Infosys. So just share your experience that's from the starting and then land it up in that Infosys. What are the rounds you have faced? Probably the questions that you faced in the interview, an overview of it.
Okay. So I got selected in Infosys in November 2018.
Okay.
First, there was an exam round, aptitude round, that is what we call online aptitude test.
Okay.
So we had to clear that first for Infosys. So there were aptitude questions, there were English, some basic knowledge on English questions, and quantitative aptitude, English, and there was something else, reasoning and aptitude, whatever was there. So there was no programming. Okay,
Okay.
there was no programming as such. So we had to clear that first. I cleared that test, and then they called me for an interview the next day. Whenever I went to the interview, I was a bit nervous. Okay, I was a bit nervous, and the interview day, but they were very friendly. The interviewers of Infosys that came to our college were very friendly, and they asked me some basic questions like what is object-oriented programming, what is the difference between C and C++, as you see, and some basic IT-related questions, programming-related questions, some very basic questions. And they also asked me about we had not started the project at that time.
Okay.
Okay. So they also asked me about the overview of the project, just the introduction, what we are going to do in the final year. So I just gave them that good concept on the project that we are going to do. So they were satisfied, and I got the mail at night that I am selected in Infosys. So that is the thing.
Okay. Now, what will be your suggestions from your side in handling the interview, specifically the interview questions? Because most of the people mess up in that interview part. They will clear the previous part, but in the interview part, they are feel bit nervous, over tensed, and they will end up with a mess. So, what will be your suggestions from your side?
Yeah, I was also a bit nervous in the interview, but what I will suggest to the juniors is that don't be panic. Okay, don't panic.
Okay.
That is the most important thing. Don't be nervous.
Okay.
Try to remain as calm, as cool, and as composed as possible.
Okay.
And don't show the interviewer that you are tensed or something. Just be smart. Get with full confidence. Have self-belief. And see, they don't ask so much difficult questions that you will not be able to answer.
Okay.
They will just ask you simple, basic questions, and you will be able to answer them.
Okay.
If you have read those things in your BTech curriculum.
Okay.
And apart from that, just be confident and just don't think about the results. What is going to happen after the interview?
Okay.
Just go there, be confident, answer the questions, and come out. That is the main thing.
Okay. Okay, Tisham, it's been a lovely session with you because the way you have suggested, you have explained the whole things. Yes, the juniors are going to get a lot of help from this video, I feel. So, the coming up with the last question for this session, that what are your views of being a part of this show, and what will be your overall message from your side?
Yeah, it's been very interesting talking with you, Rohan. You are a very friendly guy, and the concept that you have started, it's a completely new concept. It's a new initiative that which I like the most.
Thank you.
About this show. So I'm very happy. It's very interesting to interact with you. And the general message is that whatever you do, in whichever career path you choose, nothing is good, nothing is bad. Everything is good. But you have to focus on that. You have to concentrate on that, and just do your work passionately. Then you can develop your career in any path.
Okay.
I think so. Yes.
Okay, wonderful, Tisham. It's been a lovely session with you. The entire session that I've spent, yes. What are the? I will ask the viewers to have a view to it. He has given an entire vivid description. I must say that of the entire the IT scenario on what he is working upon, his entire academics part, the interview portions. He has given a vivid, clear explanations. So have a view to it. If you have any kind of queries, please reach us through comment section. So that's all for today. We'll meet in the next episode from another candidate from another field. Thank you.